बोलाडली लाल की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बरहापीडं नटवरवपु कर्णयो कर्णिकारं बिभ्रद्वासः कनककपिशं वैजयन्तीं च मालां रन्ध्रान् वेणुरधरसुधया पूरयन् गोपवृन्दै वृन्दारण्यं स्वपदरमणं प्राविशद्गीतकीर्ति। नमः कमलनाभाय, नमः कमलमालिने, नमः कमलपादाय, नमस्ते कमलेक्षण। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्गुह्यदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्यात्माओं, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the divine souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Also to those viewing us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Bhakti TV, etc. Very special welcome, Radhe Radhe, and pranam to you also. We have been listening to explanation from that most divine and most wonderful book, Bhakti Shatak, composed and written by Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Shatak, 100, means 100, 100 dohas. This book contains 100 dohas, couplets, containing all the philosophy of all the Vedic scriptures, all the Vedas, Puran, Mahabharat, Ramayana, Gita, etc. All the scriptures. So far we finished, last session we finished Doha number 51. So now we go to Doha number 52. जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
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 ब्रह्म एक मधु रूप है, एक भ्रमर उन्मान राधे राधे।
ब्रह्म एक मधु रूप है, एक भ्रमर उन्मान राधे राधे।
ब्रह्म एक मधु रूप है, एक भ्रमर उन्मान राधे राधे।
ब्रह्म एक
मधु रूप है,
एक भ्रमर हनुमान राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आपू कर पान राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आप कर पान राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आपू कर पान राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आप कर पान राधे राधे।
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे।
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। ब्रह्म मतलब भगवान, जो सुप्रीम पावर है, इनके दो रूप है। एक है रस और एक है रसिक। वो रस भी है और रसिक भी है। एक स्वयं रस है, वो एक रूप है, और दूसरे रूप है वो रस को पीने वाला है, वही रस को पीते हैं। सुप्रीम लॉर्ड श्री कृष्ण, ब्रह्म, supreme power, has two forms. One is the ras and one is the drink of the ras. One is the madhu, like honey, madhu, ras, and one is the brahmar, the bee that drinks the honey. वो पीते हैं। दिस वेद मंत्र, रसो वै सहर सग्वम हे वायम लब्ध्वा नंदी भावती, तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद चैप्टर 2 verse 7। रसो वै सह। दिस वेद मंत्र से श्री कृष्ण इज रस, ब्लिस, आनंद, रस है। उनमें रस है वो नहीं, वो स्वयं रस है. That God is filled with bliss? No. He is bliss personified, bliss himself. If there was bliss in Bhagwan, the mantra would have said, Raso vai tasmin. There is bliss in Bhagwan. But the mantra says, Ved mantra says, Raso vai saha. He is bliss. Ras. Two definition. Rasyate iti rasaha. Rasyate iti rasya. Iti rasaha is one definition. मतलब जैसे मधु है जो दूसरे पीते हैं, मधु को पीते हैं, अच्छा लगता है उनके स्वाद मिलने पर. तो एक है मधु मतलब रस. So one definition is like honey. Ras, honey that others enjoy, taste, eat, enjoy. So one form is ras. The second definition, rasyati iti rasaha. जो रस को पीते हैं, वो पीने वाला. The one who drinks the honey, drinks like the bee, the honey bee that drinks the honey. So Shri Krishna is also called a ras, and he is called a rasik. A ras, divine bliss, divine happiness. And the one who drinks that divine bliss, he is called a rasik. Shri Krishna is not only rasik, a rasik shiromani, topmost among drinkers of divine bliss, divine love, divine nectar. So he is a ras as well as a rasik. Next doha, 53. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
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 Karan chahat alingan, aapu hi aapu nihar Radhe Radhe.
Karan chahat alingan, aapu hi aapu nihar Radhe Radhe.
Karan chahat alingan, aapu hi aapu nihar Radhe Radhe.
Karan chahat alingan, aapu hi aapu nihar Radhe Radhe.
Jan man mohan, jan man mohan, hi nahi, nij man mohan, har Radhe Radhe.
Jan man mohan hi nahi, nij man mohan har Radhe Radhe.
Jan man mohan hi nahi, nij man mohan har Radhe Radhe.
Jan man mohan hi nahi, nij man mohan har
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे।
श्री कृष्ण कर उनके रूप इतने माधुर्य है, इसमें इतने सुंदर है, हम सोच नहीं सकते कि श्री कृष्ण भी अपनी परछाई को देखकर इसके आलिंगन करना चाहते हैं, आलिंगन करना चाहते हैं। दर्पण, अपने आप को दर्पण में देख के इतने सुंदर लगता है अपने रूप। और वैसे उनको मनमोहन कहते हैं, चित्तचोर, मतलब भक्तों की चित्त को चुराने वाला है। लेकिन वो स्वयं अपने चित्त को भी चुरा लेते हैं। ये विलक्षण है श्री कृष्ण के रूप में। There's something so amazing about the beauty and sweetness in the body of Shri Krishna. How much sweetness, how much beauty, we can't even think. To describe how beautiful Shri Krishna is, the most beautiful person in the material world is someone called Kamdev. वो कामदेव नाम के देवता है, वो सबसे सुंदर है संसार में। The God of love, most beautiful. To describe how beautiful Shri Krishna is, he is told to be more beautiful than the beauty of uncountable Kamdevs combined. Arey, we can't even imagine how beautiful Kamdev is. Uncountable Kamdevs. And more beautiful. And he's also called Chittachor, Manmohan, one who steals the heart of those who love him, his devotees. He steals their heart. One glance of Sri Krishna, that's the end of you. But not only that, he steals his own heart. He becomes enamored just by seeing himself in the mirror. एक बार एक ऐसी कुछ घटना है। छोटे थे श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया, घुटने में चलते थे। Shri Krishna was very small, baby still. He was still crawling on the ground. So the palace, the place that Nanda Baba lived, the ground, the walls, the ground, everything was studded with gems. You could see your reflection. So while he was crawling, he saw the reflection of himself in the stone, the beautiful stones. So beautiful. So he is thinking, this boy is so beautiful. Now आपको कहेंगे कि ये भगवान है, कैसे नहीं जानते कि ये कोई अपने परछाई, will think that he is a Bhagavan. How can he not know this is his reflection? Now, when Sri Krishna went to Vrindavan, when he descended a little more than 5,000 years ago, first he made all the devotees forget who he was. Through the power of Yoga Maya, he made everyone forget. And then he made himself forget also. अपने आप को भुला दिया. Because he wants to enjoy. So he also forgot I am Bhagwan. Then when Maya threatens to beat him, that he becomes so scared. That Supreme Lord who Yamraj is afraid of. वो कांपते हैं यमराज उनको देखकर. He is afraid of an old lady and holding a little piece of stick, dry stick. He's crying, shivering with fear. Because he's forgotten I am Bhagwan. Bhagavata ko bhula diya. He's forgotten. He doesn't want to remember I am Bhagwan. So seeing the reflection, this beautiful boy, he falls in love with his own reflection, that boy, and he's trying to embrace the boy that he's seen in the stone. अब मैया आ गई. मैया ने देखा ये कनुआ क्या कर रहे हैं. मैया यशोदा मैया came and she saw what is Kanhaiya. He's trying to hug this boy, his own reflection. Maya is amazed. And Kanhaiya seen Maya और रोने लगे Maya को देखकर. Seeing Maya there, little Kanhaiya started to cry. In other words, Maya, this boy, I want to hug him and he doesn't come to me. And Maya is Bhondu Bhatt. At the innocence, she's laughing and smiling in her mind at the innocence of Thakurji. Maya also doesn't know he is a Bhagwan. Remember, Sri Krishna made everyone forget also. To Maya, he is just my son and I love him more than my life. Ye Bhagwan, Bhagwan, then how can she tie him to the mortar and threaten to beat him, etc.? If she thinks he's a Bhagwan, she'll put him on a pedestal and do arti the whole day. Maya doesn't know. She knows she loves him, but that's all. So that's when he was small, chote the. When he got bigger, when he was grown up, and he was in Dwarika. Ab Dwarika mein the. और राजा थे उस समय. He was a king, so he had beautiful palace. Also the walls, etc., were made of beautiful stone that you could see a reflection, gems. So there also he's seen his reflection, and he's thinking, oh, if only I was Radha. Are मैं Radha hu? Then I will embrace. I will get so much bliss from embracing myself. If only I was Radha. एक बार वृंदावन में ये हुआ खेल में. Once in Vrindavan, Shri Krishna was playing and he happened to see his reflection. And he's trying to embrace himself. Radha Rani saw, she says, to Krishna, oh my dear one, this is not in your fate. ये आपके भाग्य में नहीं है. It is not in your fate that you should get the sweetness of embracing yourself. ये आपके भाग्य में नहीं लिखा. इसलिए वो आए दोबारा, जब अवतार लेके आए चैतन्य महाप्रभु बनके, कृपालु महाप्रभु बनके, तब वो रस मिल गए. That's why he had to come as Gaurang Mahaprabhu, to enjoy the ras, the bliss that Radha feels, experiences. One of the reasons for him coming as Gaurang Mahaprabhu and again as Kripalu Mahaprabhu. So, so beautiful that he also gets enamored, that looking at his reflection, that he also once he loses his heart, let's see in his own reflection. Number 54. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
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 चितवत चित करशत जीते, चित समाधि महलाय राधे राधे.
चितवत चित करशत जीते, चित समाधि महलाय राधे राधे.
चितवत चित करशत जीते, चित समाधि महलाय राधे राधे.
चितवत चित करशत जीते, चित समाधि महलाय राधे राधे.
औरन की का बात कहा, शिव गोपी तनु पाए राधे राधे.
औरन की क्या बात कहा, शिव गोपी तनु पाय राधे राधे.
औरन की का बात कहा, शिव गोपी तनु पाए राधे राधे.
औरन की का बात कहा, शिव गोपी तनु पाय राधे राधे.
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे.
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे, राधे राधे कृष्ण राधे.
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे, राधे राधे कृष्ण राधे.
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे, राधे राधे कृष्ण राधे.
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय.
जय.
चितवत चित्त करशत जीतय, जित समाधि महलाय. जो परमहंस है, उनको परमहंस कहते हैं, जो अपने आप को रियलाइज किया कि मैं आत्मा हूं. आत्मज्ञान, ये पूरा डिटेल में समझाया. ब्रह्म ज्ञानी नहीं है, आत्मज्ञान, उसको परमहंस कहते हैं. तो परमहंस लोग का चित्त नहीं है, लेकिन उनका चित्त भी चुरा लेते हैं श्री कृष्ण. परमहंस का भी चित्त चुरा लेने वाला. यहां तक जो स्वयं भगवान है, उनको भी स्वयं भगवान कहते हैं शिव. वो भी श्री कृष्ण से इतना प्रेम प्यार किया कि वो भी गोपी बन गए ताकि रास में भाग ले सकते, महारास में. श्री कृष्ण Paramhans. A Paramhans, who is a Paramhans? One who neither sees, hears, smell, taste, touch, anything except Brahm, Brahm, Brahm. One who doesn't even have a heart is called Paramhans. The Jnani, the one who wants to attain self-realization, he destroys the mind. उनके मन नहीं है, चित्त नहीं है. He doesn't have a heart, mind. Even such an entity, Shri Krishna, is so beautiful, he steals the heart of Paramhans. Many examples. One of the greatest Paramhans, Janak. Janak is called Videha. Videha. Videha means Paramhans, one who has no feeling of the body. He is called Videha. When Janak saw Ram, what happened? He started experiencing everything again. Barbas Brahma Sukha Tyaga. Possibly the bliss of the formless Brahma that he was experiencing was replaced by the bliss of God with a form. Tears started flowing from his eyes. The paws and the body raised on end. Shivering. He started experiencing everything again. That he forgot the bliss of the formless absolute Brahma. Many, many examples. Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanak Kumar, topmost among Paramhans. The mind-born sons of Brahma, Manas Putra. Once they went to have darshan, they went to Vaikuntha to have darshan of Shri Krishna in the form of Mahavishnu. I'm not going to go through the katha, but when they finally were able to have darshan, they fell at the feet of Bhagwan, and the tulsi that was offered to his lotus feet, tulsi, the fragrance entered into their nostril from the tulsi that was offered to his lotus feet. And they started experiencing such bliss that they started to pray to Bhagwan because they had given a shrap, curse to the gatekeepers, Jai Vijay, that we deserve to be punished. By all means, send us to hell. Narak mein bhej do. But on the condition that this bliss we are experiencing by just the fragrance of the tulsi that was offered to your lotus feet, we have forgotten the bliss of the formless Brahma. So much is this bliss that yes, by all means send us to hell, but let us always experience that bliss we are experiencing now. So many examples of Paramhans. Shri Krishna stealing the heart of Paramhans. What to say more? Even the one who is called Swayam Bhagwan, Bhagwan, God himself, another form of Shri Krishna, Shiv, Bhagwan Shiv. He also became so much enamored by the beauty of Shri Krishna, he became a gopi, a 16-year-old girl. When Bhagwan Krishna played the Basuri to signal the start of Maharas, Bhagwan Shri Krishna was standing on the bank of the Yamuna and he started playing the Basuri. Only those souls who were deserving heard वो बांसुरी का धुन, अधिकारी बस उन्होंने सुने जो अधिकारी थे. The gopis heard. The husbands of the gopi did not hear. The cowherd boys did not hear. Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maiya, no one heard. Only the gopis. Shankar Bhagwan sitting on Mount Kailash, his abode, he also heard. So the gopis, however they were, wherever they were, they just started running, no matter how they were. The moment they heard Basuri, they just started running. Somebody steals your heart, with the tune, that dhun from the Basuri, Shri Krishna stole the heart of the gopi. Oh, chit ko chura liya. If somebody steal your heart, you have to run. You have no choice. So the gopis are running. Where my heart is going. And here also Gopi is coming and Shiv Bhagwan is also coming. They met in the middle. The Gopi saw this Baba, Jatha, matted hair, a garland of skull around his neck, human skull, snake on his body, ashes, his body smeared with ashes, etc. The Gopi said, "Aap kaun hai Babaji? Hey Babaji, who are you?" So Shivji said, "I am Shiv, Shiv Bhagwan. I am Shankar." The Gopis look. Lalita, Vishakha, they look at each other. Maybe he's a Shankarji. Ab kahan ja rahe? Where are you going? Oh, I am going to take part in Maharas. I heard the Basuri that Shri Krishna is about to begin Maharas. Gopi said, "Acha." Theek hai. But no one can take part in Maharas without permission of Radharani, Kishori ji. Even Shri Krishna has to get permission. Before starting Maharaj, Shri Krishna goes to Radharani, places his crown at her lotus feet and asks for permission. He has to get permission also from Radharani. So no one can take part in Maharaj without Radharani's permission. Acha, to aisa karo, you stay here. हम कुछ लोग जाएंगे किशोरी जी के पास. Some of us Gopi will go back to Kishori ji, ask her, and then we will, if she says yes, fine. So some Gopis went to Radharani and they said, "Hey Kishori ji, ek Babaji hai, a Vichitra Babaji. It's a very strange Babaji. Ashes smeared over his body, matted hair, a garland of human skull around his neck. And he says he's Shiv Bhagwan. And he wants to take part in Maharas." Radharani is all knowing. This is Shri Krishna is all knowing. Radharani is all. Radha Krishna, one and the same. Radhika Krishna Rupam Char Krishno Radha Swarupakaha. Sanak Sangita, Sanak Kumar Sangita. The scripture says, Radharani is the form of Shri Krishna is the form of Radharani. So they're one and the same. So, Radharani is all knowing. She says, वो तो भगवान है, वो शंकर जी है. So Radharani said, yes, he is Shankar Bhagwan, he is Swayam Bhagwan, he is Bhagwan, God. And he is deserving to take part in Maharas. But ek shart hai, there's a condition. He has to become a gopi. He has to become a 16-year-old girl, gopi. Tab ras mein bhag le sakte. In Maharas, only one man, Kanhaiya, Shri Krishna. Everyone else has to be gopi. So the gopis came back and said to Shankarji, Shankar Bhagwan, "Hey Shivji, Radharani has given permission. You can take part in Maharas, but you have to become gopi, 16-year-old girl. 16 varsh." Shankarji is also Bhagwan, he also has Yog Maya Shakti. So he became 16-year-old girl, not an acting real. Shiv became Shivani. And then he was able to go and take part in Maharas. So even Shivji becomes a gopi to enjoy the bliss so beautiful. Such is the sweetness of the form of Shri Krishna. Number 55. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
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 सृष्टि पूर्व हरि देखत, सोचत मृदु मुस्कात राधे राधे.
सृष्टि पूर्व हरि देखत, सोचत मृदु मुस्कात राधे राधे.
सृष्टि पूर्व हरि देखत, सोचत मृदु मुस्कात राधे राधे.
सृष्टि पूर्व हरि देखत, सोचत मृदु मुस्कात राधे राधे.
सगुण रूप साकार नित, वेद विदित विख्यात राधे राधे.
सगुण रूप साकार नित, वेद विदित विख्यात राधे राधे.
सगुण रूप साकार नित, वेद विदित विख्यात राधे राधे.
सगुण रूप साकार नित, वेद विदित विख्यात राधे राधे.
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे, राधे राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे.
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. देखो, जो ज्ञानी लोग हैं, ज्ञान मार्ग में चलने वाला, तो वो लोग कहते हैं कि ब्रह्म जो है वो निर्गुण निर्विशेष निराकार, इनका कोई रूप नहीं है, गुण नहीं है, नाम नहीं है, बस अस्तित्व है. वो निर्गुण ही है, निराकार ही है, ऐसे बोलते ये लोग. भोला है, नहीं जानता. तो और ये भी कहते हैं कि सृष्टि के बाद पहले वो निर्गुण निर्विशेष निराकार और भगवान ब्रह्म ही है, लेकिन सृष्टि होने के बाद तो कुछ संत लोग ने अपने ऐसे बना दिया शास्त्र में, पुराण में, कि भगवान का रूप होते हैं. रूप भी है, वो सगुण है, सविकार है. ऐसे बोलते हैं कि बाद में संत लोग ने ऐसा लिखा, लेकिन वो नहीं है. So the people who follow the path of Gyan, they're called Jnani. They say that God, the Supreme Lord, is without form, without name, without virtues, etc. He has no name, no form, no qualities, no pastime, nothing. Just existence. And it's only after creation, after this world was created, that some saints, they wrote the Puran and they put that God has a form, etc. But this is not so, they say. Aisa bolte, they say like that. But the Vedas say differently. So kamayat, Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 2, verse 6. A desire came in the mind of Bhagwan to create. Sa ikshata, Taittiriya Upanishad. Sadai kshata, daikshita, Chandogya Upanishad. Sa ikshan chakre, Prashnopanishad. Many Ved mantras. These Ved mantras are saying, God, a thought came in his mind, he smiled, he saw. So if God doesn't have a form, how can he have a desire? How can he have a mind? How can he smile, muskuraya? How can he see? Etc. If he doesn't have a form. And this all happened before creation. ये सृष्टि का होने के पहले ये सब कुछ हुआ. निःश्वसितमस्य वेदाः. The Vedas say, God is sleeping and he took a breath. If God doesn't have a form, how can he take a breath? That he took a breath and the Vedas appeared. So many Ved mantras. In fact, the Vedas say God is both with form as well as without form. He is also Nirakar as well as Sakar. Dve Vava Brahmano Rupe Murtan Chaiva Murtan Cha. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, 2nd canto, 3rd chapter, 1st verse. Vedas are saying very clear. The Shri Krishna is both with form as well as without form. Murtan means Sakar, that he has a form. Amurtan means Nirakar, he is formless. So these are both two aspects of Shri Krishna. With form as well as formless, both is Shri Krishna. So the one who says that God is only has form, he is wrong. And the one who says God is only formless, he is also wrong. God is both with form as well as without form. Vedas say. So according to all these mantras from the Vedas, it is proved that Shri Krishna has always been with form as well as formless also. In the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, a beautiful rendition comes. Kaha paramo devaha, kaha paramo devaha. Who is that supreme Brahm, supreme power above whom there is none? Kuto bhayaha. Who is that one that even Yamraj, death is afraid of? Kasya jnanena. These are all Gopal Tapani Upanishad, 2nd mantra. 2nd mantra. Kasya jnanena. Gopal Tapani Upanishad, 2nd mantra. Who is that one by knowing whom one automatically attains all knowledge? And the Vedas itself gives the answer. Krishno havai paramam daivatam. Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Shri Krishna, God will reform with name. Remember, Brahm has no name. But here Ved is saying Krishna. Krishno Havai Paramam Daivatam. Shri Krishna, God with the form, with name, is the Supreme Brahm, Supreme Lord. Govindan Mityur Vibheti. Govind, Shri Krishna. Gopal, Govind. He's such a terror that even Yamraj, the god of death, trembles with fear. Gopi jana vallabha jnanina khilam tad gyatam bhavati. Gopal Tapani Upanishad, third mantra. The one before third mantra also. All the answers are being given. So the question been asked in Gopal Tapani Upanishad, second mantra. And all the answers been given in Gopal Tapani Upanishad, third mantra. Govinda Gopi Jana Vallabha Jnanina Khilam Tad Gyatam Bhavati. And by knowing that Shri Krishna, the beloved of the gopis, here, from eternal time, one automatically attains all knowledge. There's no need to know anything more. So all of this is proven. Oh Jnani ji, Bholu Bhatt, you're very naive. Vedas, all is a Ved mantras proven that Shri Krishna has always been with form even before creation. He's always, Shri Krishna has two forms, formless as well as with form. Brahm, Nirakar as well as Sakar. Both are there. Number 56. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
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 कारण हरि अवतार को कृपा अकारण जान राधे राधे.
कारण हरि अवतार को कृपा अकारण जान राधे राधे.
कारण हरि अवतार को कृपा अकारण जान राधे राधे.
कारण हरि अवतार को कृपा अकारण जान राधे राधे.
अपरजिते कारण कहे तिन्हि गौन करिमान राधे राधे.
अपरिचिते कारण कहे तिन्हि गौण करिमान राधे राधे.
अपरजिते कारण कहे तिन्हि गौन करिमान राधे राधे.
अपरिचिते कारण कहे तिन्हि गौण करिमान राधे राधे.
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे.
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।
जय।
कारण हरि अवतार को कृपा अकार न जान, अपर जिते कारण रहे तिन ही गौन करिमान। भगवान अवतार क्यों लेते हैं? अनंत कारण है, बहुत कारण शास्त्र ने बताया, यही कारण नहीं है। Why does God take descension? The word avatar मतलब नीचे आना. The word avatar means to descend, to come down. Doesn't mean incarnation. This word is used, it's a very bad word by translators. God doesn't incarnate. Incarnate means flesh. We incarnate, worldly soul. Bhagwan descends. Someone is standing on top of a building. ये इमारत के ऊपर खड़े है और नीचे आ गया. Someone is standing on top of a building, he comes down. This is avatar. So God descends from his abode, his divine abode. Descends. So why does he descend? Why does he take avatar? There are many, many reasons. Gita gives some reason. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharat abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkitam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Chapter 4, verse 7 and 8, Gita. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness, when the good people are being oppressed, devotees of God are being oppressed, wicked people are on the rise to destroy the wicked, to establish righteousness, dharma, etc., the Lord says to Arjun, I come again and again from time to time. So many reasons. There's no one reason. But amongst all of that, the best reason, सबसे अच्छा, श्रेष्ठ है कारण, वो भगवान जीवों पर कृपा करने के लिए, हम लोग पर कृपा करने के लिए. The best reason, God descends to shower grace upon the souls of the world. Look, if God never comes in this world, we just hear there's a Bhagavan, he lives somewhere, what he looks like, what he does. Nope, it will be difficult to fall in love. How can we think about someone that we don't even know what he looks like and fall in love? So Bhagavan comes in the world and he behaves just like us. He has a mummy, he has a daddy, he gets married, he has a wife, he has children, he has brothers, sisters, so many things. And he has friends, he performs enemies also. He performs so many pastimes. And then the saints take all of this and they write a book, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, Ramayana, and then we read this and we fall in love with Bhagavan. During the descension period, nobody falls in love. We were there, we saw, but nobody falls in love. Why? Because we cannot see his divinity. Being on a Maya, we are going to see him just like us. Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi prabhu murati dekhi tin taisi. How we are? Exactly the same way we see. In other words, if we were to see God with our material eyes, as we have seen uncountable times, we'll see him as a material being just like us, with all the defects and shortcomings. Are worse than us. Worse than us? Huh? If you lose somebody in the world, someone kidnaps your wife, your child, your daughter, etc., what do we do in the world? We go and make a report in the police station. We put advertisement in the radio, TV, newspaper. We ask people to go and help us look. We search. Nobody goes to a tree and say, hey, Mr. Tree, have you seen my wife? Hey, Mr. Bird. Hey, Mr. Donkey. Hey, Mr. Dog. Have you seen my wife? If anybody does like that, we put them in the mental asylum. Pura crack ho gaya. Pagal. You are talking to tree and dog and bird, bees. And what did Ram do? What did Bhagavan do? He khag mriga, he madhukar shreni, tum dekhi Sita mriga naini. He's asking the birds, the bees, the trees, the mountain. Oh bird, oh tree, oh deer, oh mountain, have you seen my wife? Let's suppose someone says, I'm going to show you Bhagavan. I'm going to show you God. Okay, let's go. And then to show you this person. He has lost his wife, a woman. And he's so distraught from the separation from a woman that he has forgotten who he is. He's asking his brother, Koham, who am I? He doesn't even know who the brother is. Koham, who am I? Lakshman says, my lord, you are your putri, your Ram. Acha, I am Ab Tumka, who are you? My lord, I am Lakshman, your servant, your Das. Acha, I am Ram, your Lakshman. What are we doing here in the forest? My lord, we are looking for Devi. Devi? Ka Devi? What Devi are you talking about? Lakshman says we are looking for Janaki, the daughter of King Janak. Ha Janaki Kwasi ha. Hear the name Janaki. Ha Janaki, he falls unconscious again. That Lord who is told to be bliss personified. He doesn't need anyone to make him blissful. He is suffering from the separation of a woman. That he has forgotten who he is. That he is asking birds and bees and trees. And someone tells you that Bhagwan. Ye Bhagwan hai. This is a Bhagwan. Acha. Who told you that? Durvasa. Namaste to you. Namaste to Durvasa. And namaste to your Bhagwan. Bye. No one benefits during the dissension period. We judge, we look. Uncountable times we have seen. So when they leave the world, Bhagwan, and the saint now comes and he writes down. He writes a book, Bhagavad Mahapuran, Ramayana, and the Lord came and performed all his wonderful action. And he is Bhagwan. Saint is saint, and it's true. And we fall in love. So to shower grace, this is the main reason. Kripa karna. God is causelessly merciful. Whatever God does is only for the benefit. So to shower grace, to help us to fall in love with Him. Bhakta hetu Bhagavan Prabhu Ram dharau tanu bhoop किए चरित पावन परम लेकिन प्राकृत नर अनुरूप. For the sake of those who love him, the devotees, the Supreme Lord takes a form. He comes in the world. Every action he performs is supremely sacred, purifying, but he behaves like an ordinary worldly person. So the main reason, Bhagavan doesn't have to come to kill Rakshas. Bhagwan has a special power, Satya Sankalp. Many powers, one of them is called Satya Sankalp. In other words, he just thinks and the entire universe comes into being, uncountable solar system. He didn't have to work hard. Some religions say Bhagwan worked hard for 5-6 days and poor fella he became tired. On the 7th day he had to take a rest, Sabbath. No, according to Sanatan Dharma, Bhagwan just taught. He just taught, let the entire universe come into being and the entire universe appear. Satya Sankalp. So all Bhagwan has to think in the mind, let all the Rakshas die. Sab mar jao. And all will die. He doesn't have to come. Kyun aaya? So the main reason is to shower grace, kripa. 57. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
Hari Hari Jan ke कार्य को कारण कछु न लखाए राधे राधे।
हरि हरि जन के कार्य को कारण कछु न लखाय राधे राधे।
पर उपकार स्वभाव वश करत कार्य जन आय राधे राधे।
पर उपकार स्वभाव वश करत कार्य जग आय राधे राधे।
Radha Krishna Bhagavan ki jai.
Jai.
So here has been repeated, as we just said, भगवान और महापुरुष हरिजन जो भगवान को प्राप्त किया उनको हरिजन कहते हैं, मतलब महापुरुष संत। जो भी करते हैं, जो भी कार्य करते हैं वो परोपकार ही करते हैं, दूसरे के हित के लिए ही, दूसरे के हित के लिए ही करते हैं। So here's a little more explanation of what we just said. God, as well as those who have attained God, the saints, Mahapurush, whatever action they perform, whatever action, no matter how good or how bad, is for one reason only. Ek karan, one reason, that is shower in grace for the welfare of the world. What is the worst thing anyone can do? सबसे बुरा कार्य, kill somebody, murder. If Bhagwan kills someone, what happens? So many people Bhagwan kill, Kunj, Ravan, so many people he killed. What happened? They attained Bhagwan. Imagine, it is so hard to do sadhana, to control the mind, to make the mind heart, the mind pure. Bhagwan's condition for knowing him, attaining him, pure heart, pure mind, nirmala mana janaso mohipava. This mind is so crazy, you sit down and try to do sadhana to focus the mind on Bhagwan, the mind runs away. It goes to the worst place. And some Bhagwan has come and killed someone and they go to Bhagwan. What can be a greater grace than that? You are free from Maya forever. Huh? Every one of us will be happy if Bhagwan come and kill all of us. Well, I will be very happy. Up straight, direct Golok. Huh? Direct. So, paropakar. Paropakar vachan man kaya sant sahaj subhav khagraya. By words, thoughts and deeds, the saints are benevolent. Whatever they do is only for the for the welfare of others. Whatever we do is because we want something. हम स्वार्थी है ना? जाते कछु निज स्वार्थ होई, तापर ममता करे सब कोई. Because we have not attained divine happiness, true happiness, every action we perform in the world, no matter how good or how bad, is for one thing only, our own happiness. Swart, apni ichha, apne sukh. But one who is happiness personified, or who has attained that supreme divine happiness of Shri Krishna is happiness itself. Raso vai saha. The Vedas say Shri Krishna is happiness. He is Anand, bliss. And the saints, one who have attained Shri Krishna, he gives them all the happiness he has, infinite happiness. So they don't need to do anything anymore. They have attained everything. You can question one, a saint. Hey, why are you standing? Okay, I'm sitting. Why are you sitting? Okay, I'm lying down. Why are you lying down? You can question. The fact is, the saint doesn't do anything. Whatever he's doing, Bhagwan is doing. Jo kare so hari kare. After attaining Bhagwan, he's attained everything. Now he does perform action, but whatever he does, one, God is doing it through him, and number two, it is all for the welfare of others. Because he doesn't need to attain anything. He has everything. And God is the one. He has everything. He is everything. He doesn't need anything from us. So whatever God and the saints do, always keep this one thing in mind. Whatever God and the saints, whatever action they perform, never have doubt, never try to apply your intellect. Whatever God and the saints do is only for the welfare of others, us worldly souls. That's all. There's much more. We will continue in the next session. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Siyavar Ramchandra ki, Pavan Sut Hanuman ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.